Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. And now let's start with the lecture of Information Technology. Chapter name is Advanced JavaScript. Now today we are going to see how to write event-driven JavaScript program. As I already explained you in previous lectures that in 12th standard you need to write down all the JavaScript program. You need to write it based on event, right? That means you are supposed to create event-driven programming in JavaScript. Okay, so today we are going to solve, or we are going to see how to write the event-driven programming. Okay, now starting with the basic of HTML, that is doc type. We will start with doc type HTML. Okay, after doc type HTML, we will start. See, the script part, JavaScript part, you can write it in head section also, in body section also. Correct? I explained you the event driven programming, or I explained you the JavaScript programming in body section. So we will do the same thing. We will write first heading. Okay, starting with HTML. Now next one is head. In head I'm gonna write a title. Okay, then we will close the title tag and we will close the head tag. This is the first part of HTML, first section of HTML, that is the head section we have completed. Okay, now we will start with the body section. In body section, if you are asked to change the color, you can write, or you can change the color here in body section also, the default color of the web page. Or if it is not asked, you can leave it. It is optional for you. Okay, then after that, after body tag, now today we are going to take the example of checking odd or even number. Okay, so how to check odd or even number, we will take this example. How to check the how to ask the value from the user, and how to check whether that entered value is odd or even. So we are going to solve the program to check odd, to check number is odd or even. Okay, now this is what h1 tag. We will close the h1 tag. We have displayed the highest level of heading on the screen. Then after this, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to create a form. Okay, in that form you need a button, as you are supposed to create the event driven programming. So to call an event, we require a button, we require some object, right? So as an object we will take a button. So for button we will use form tag. After form we will use one input tag. Input type is equal to button. Now on this button, I'm gonna call an event. Now an event is based on two things. One is the event handler, that means how to handle or how to active the event, how to activate that event. And second one is the action which is going to take, which we are going to take on the base on this event. Okay, so event handler is like on click, on double click, on mouse over, on mouse move, on mouse out. These are the event handler. Okay, and action means the function which you are going to call after these events occur. Okay, so on click we are going to use on click event. On click is equal to we will call a function. Here I am going to write my function name as fun. Okay, fun1. This is my function. So this is a function calling. Okay, when this function is going to be called, when we click on this object. Which object we are going to click? We are going to click on the button, right? So button is an object where we are going to click, and on clicking on that button, this is the event handler. On click is the event handler. Okay, it is an event handler. When we click on this button, it will call a function fun1. So this is the action which we are taking on clicking on the object. Correct? Now after this, value is equal to, that means what label you want to display on the button. So I want to display the label as odd slash even. This is the label. Okay, got it. Now we will close the form tag and we will start. As it is, the HTML is not a case sensitive language, so you can close it in small letter also, in capital letter also. Now after this form, we have created an event. Now what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to create a function. Now we have called a function fun1, but we have not yet created it, right? So first we need to create it, then it is going to be called, right? Function is going to be called when it exists. So the function is not yet exist, so we are going to create a function. So to create a function, we require a script. Correct? So we will write, after this we will write a script tag. After the script, we use type is equal to text slash javascript. Correct? Every javascript program, you need to write down script type is equal to text slash javascript. It is not compulsory, but if you write, it is well and good. Okay, after this, what we are going to do, we are going to call a function, we are going to create a function. So function, the user defined function, is always created by using function keyword. It is always declared by using function keyword. So function is a keyword which is used to declare the function. Which function I'm going to declare? I'm going to declare fun1, right? This is the function calling. So while calling the function, we use the semicolon at the end, but while declaring a function, we don't write semicolon at the end because it contain a block, right? It follows a block. Okay, so if you give semicolon at the end of this function, creation of the function, then it will not execute this block. Okay, so to execute the block, we don't give semicolon at the end. That means it is continue with the following statement. If you write semicolon at the end here, then that means this is the end of the statement. But this is not end of this statement. Why? Because this function is a container which contains a block, right? So to execute this block, we don't give semicolon at the end while creating the function or while declaring a function. Got it? So this is what function, creation of the function or declaration of the function. Correct? Now what we are going to do, we are going to ask the user to enter some value. Correct? So how to ask the user to enter some value? First of all, we require a variable. As JavaScript is a case sensitive language, it is fully case sensitive language. That means you cannot use capital letter here for keywords. So keywords are as declared, you can use these keywords as it is declared in JavaScript, right? Like where is in capital letter, it is already declared that where is a keyword which is in small letter. Okay, so you cannot use this where keyword in capital letter, or you can not use the v in capital letter. It is compulsory to write the where keyword in small letter. So where number is equal to, that means variable number is equal to, we are creating a variable, we are declaring a variable by where keyword, where number is equal to. Then what we are going to do, we are going to ask the user to enter the number, right? And that number should be an integer value. It should be an integer value. That means you need to first change the value into integer, that is %. you need to parse means convert, right? So you need to convert the value, whatever value you are accepting from the user, you need to convert that value into integer. So first we will use parseInt method. Then after this parseInt, you are going to accept the value. So to accept the value, we use prompt keyword, right? So prompt is a method which is used to accept the value from the user. After prompt, you need to write a message. For example, enter a number to check odd or even, to check whether the number is odd or even. Okay, so this is a message which I am going to pass in the prompt box. Okay, so this is the prompt box. Prompt, enter the number to check whether the number is odd or even. Okay, so this is a message on the prompt box, and we are going to convert this accepted value, whatever value user is going to enter in the prompt box, we are going to convert that value into integer value by using parseInt method. Got it? So parse means convert, int means integer value. So we are going to convert the accepted value from the user into integer value, and we are going to save that value into an or that is number variable. Got it? Now semicolon at the end. And now after this, after accepting the number, you need to check whether it is odd or even. So to check, we use if condition, right? If number mod, this is what mod sign, that means number divide by 2, the remainder coming from this number divide by 2, the division of the number by 2, and the remainder which we are getting, if it is equal to, sorry, divide by 2 is equal to 0. If the remainder coming from number divide by 2 is 0, that means it is an even number, right? So we will write here document dot write accepted number. What is the accepted number? Where it is? It is in number, right? Number, and then plus again is an even number. Now what it will do, document.write method will display whatever I am writing in between this opening and closing bracket. It will display that value on the screen. Now there are two values. First value is in double quote. See, this value is in double quote. That means this is the constant value. It will display this value as it is on the screen. Okay, and then it will join, plus sign is used to join or concat the value. So it will join the number value, what is there in number, it is a variable which contains the value entered by the user, right? So the value entered by the user is there in number, so it will display that value first. Accepted number, or whatever number user is going to enter, it will display that number, and then it will display is an odd number. Okay, got it? Now after this, next one, if that value is not equal to 0, then else document dot write accepted number, that is plus number, and again plus is an odd number. Got it? It is an odd number. Got it? Then close the curly bracket. This is of else block. Then function block ends, and then we will close the script block. Okay, then at the end we will close the body tag, and at the end we will close the HTML tag. Now save this. How to save it? File, save. We are going to create a folder on desktop with the name 12th IT. Okay, and in this folder I'm going to save this file with the name oddeven.html. Okay, now press save button. That means it has been saved. Okay, now what will happen, it will display on the screen, it will display a form with a button. On clicking on that button, it will call a function where it will ask the user to enter some value, and it converts that value into integer value, and then it will check whether the entered value divided by 2 returns the remainder as 0 or other than 0. If it returns the remainder as 0, it will display the accepted number is even number. If the remainder returns from this is 1 or any other number, then it will display document.write accepted number is an odd number. Okay, now we will execute this program. See students, first we will click on desktop. On desktop there is a folder 12th IT where I have saved this program as odd and even. We will double click on this to open it. Okay, when we open this program, see, you will get this. Okay, program to check the number is odd or even. This is the program. Okay, this is the highest level of heading. When we click on this odd even, it will ask you to enter the value, right? Now whatever value you're going to enter, it will send that value in number variable and then check. After checking, it will decide whether the accepted number, and then it will declare that number is an odd number. Okay, how it comes, see here students, what we did, we are going to ask the user to enter the number. User has entered the 5, right? User has entered 5 as a number, and that 5 is saved in this number variable. Okay, then that 5 divided by 2, it will return the remainder as 1. Correct, it will return the remainder as 1. Then if it returns the remainder of 1 as 1, this condition is wrong. If this condition returns false, then it will skip executing this if block. It will directly come in else block and will execute the else part, that is document.write accepted number. This is the statement which is going to display as it is on the screen. See student, see how this is the statement which is going to be displayed as it is on the screen, accepted number. Then after that we are going to join the value entered by the user. The value entered by the user is 5, so it will display that 5 on the screen. Okay, and then again we are going to join is an odd number, right? See, is an odd number, this value we are going to join with this previous value. So to concat or to join the values, we use plus sign in JavaScript. Plus sign is used to concatenate the value or concatenate two values. We use plus sign. Okay. Now see here, it will add that value, it will concat or join that value is an odd number at the end of the statement. Got it? Now we will execute it once again and we will change the value as 80. Okay, now see students, when we press OK, it will display accepted number 80 is an even number. Why? Because when we divide this 80 by 2, it will return remainder as 0. Correct? So if the remainder returning from the value is 0, then it will display that the accepted value or and it will join the value entered by the user with the statement, and then it will join is an odd even number. Correct? Got it? I hope you have understood how to write the program. So this part is compulsory when you are writing the program as event driven program. So this part is compulsory. You can just change the title or and you can change this heading part, and you need to change this value. Correct? It depends on the program which is asked in your exam, okay, which is going to ask in your exam. So it depends what question is going to ask in your exam. You can write that value depending on that question, and you can write this heading depending on the question. Correct? And after that you need to write down function. You need to call a function. So this part is compulsory. Only you're going to make changes here in this part. Okay, so this part is depend on the question asked in your exam. Got it? I hope you have understood how to write the event driven programming. So this is the end of the chapter. Uh, Please students do practice all the questions which I have solved in my previous lectures. Okay, and do practice on olylearn.com. If you have any issue in solving these questions, you can note it down, and whenever you come to college you can ask us, ask your doubts to us. Okay, we will make sure to clear your doubts in the college. Thank you so much. We're going to stop here, students.